What's up, world? Welcome to the You're in the Hero podcast. I'm your host, Rasta White. And today, if you're here, you should know this podcast is to help introverts build confidence and self esteem, and just to have a lot of other talk just about natural, organic stuff. Like, it ain't no forced structure, it's just me sharing ideas and sharing stories about my life with y'all. So, in today's episode, what I want to talk to y'all about, though, is mastering small talk. Now, I don't like small talk. I'm gonna be real. Well then, Rasta, why are you making a video giving advice on small talk? Since you asked, I'm actually pretty good at it. Like, I handle it pretty well. As an introverted person, when I'm out, I don't really feel the need to talk to people, right? I just be to myself, especially like I do a lot of door dashing. So when I'm out and I see people waiting in lines or whatever, I just had them, those 30 seconds to a few minutes when I'm around somebody. I don't feel the need just to talk. Like, I don't want to start a conversation. I prefer to just get my stuff. I'm about my business and I go, right? But what's interesting is yesterday I was waiting at Popeyes. You feel me? And it was taking a long time, let's say. And some ladies walked in there from Canada. They was visiting Detroit. They walked in. It was two of them or whatever. And they just had this good energy, like, just open, talking to everybody that's in line. And I'm just like, they about to come my way. I'm like, yeah, they probably gonna start talking to me too. But they did. And when they did, I just immediately opened up to them because they was that warm. Like, they had that warm feel where they don't feel like they're judging you. You don't really feel nervous to speak with them. So I got to talking to her and she asked me what I do. I'm like, well, I do a YouTube channel. Told her about that I'm in school, of course, but then I'm like, I do YouTube. Like, I'm helping introverts build confidence and self-esteem. She was like, do you consider yourself an introvert? I said, yeah. She was like, well, you don't come across as one. And I kind of smiled because I'm like, perfect. That's what I like to hear because I literally was having a good small talk with her, right? So off that, people, when you can't have small talk, then they like, okay, you're an introvert. But if you know how to talk, people automatically assume, oh, you're not an introvert, right? But people don't understand. So mastering small talk, I'm pretty good at it. Like I said, I don't force it. I don't feel a need to force it. But when it do come my way, I'm pretty good at it. And this episode is all about helping you just be better prepared. This isn't about necessarily approaching people. That's kind of different. If y'all want me to do that, actually comment below, let me know. I'd love to do a video talking about ways to approach people because I know that is terrifying for introverts, right? But when people come your way and small talk come your way where you have to do it, I don't want you to freeze up. Because I didn't freeze up. A lot of times, I used to freeze up. Back in the day, people talking to me, but now I'm just like, I'm ready. You feel me? I'm just ready. What you want to talk about? So, first thing I want to hit on when it comes to mastering small talk when you're out or whatever is be mindful of your body language. Body language is like 90% of communication. You don't understand. A lot of times we get awkward. I still have awkward moments, don't get me wrong, but that's when I'm overthinking. And introverts, we tend to overthink everything we do. So you want to just be mindful of your body language. That's it. Now, be mindful don't mean overthink, right? Because we normally, you sitting there, you like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Then the person, they looking at your body parts like, is this guy okay? Like, he fidgeting, he look like so you don't want to overthink it. What you want to do is have a few go-to stances. Does that make sense? Have a few go-to conversation stances. Like for me, for example, what you don't want to do is have closed body language. This is closed body language. If somebody walk up to you and your arms is folded, you seem more closed off. It make them feel less comfortable talking to you because you don't seem like you want to bother them. Or if you're not looking at them, right? Eye contact is a big one. So when you got closed body language, that automatically kind of had people hesitant while they talking to you. Then that can create an awkward conversation. Versus seeming open, right? Open body language is exactly what it is. Having your hands like this, things like that. Looking at them in the face and the eyes, not, looking away. I tend to naturally do that too. But not avoiding eye contact. Don't seem like you're hiding something. You just want your body language to make you look comfortable. And it's crazy because when you look comfortable, it make other people comfortable. Weird as it may sound. So for me, one of my go-to stances is just like, if I'm talking to somebody, I would do, y'all can't really see my hands, but I would do like something like more like this rather than this. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll do something like put my hands behind my back and kind of spread my legs a little bit and look comfortable and just, lean forward while they're talking to me. Kind of like this. If you don't want to look at them in the face the whole time like this, right? You could kind of just lean forward like this to let them know you have their attention, right? That's all body language, nodding your head when they speak. This don't mean be fake, okay? This simply just mean learn little tricks that you can use just to make yourself comfortable. Therefore, it makes the conversation flow a lot more smoothly. Because small talk, it is what it is, right? You're probably not going to see that person ever again. Then with some lovely ladies I met in Popeyes, I'm probably never going to see them ladies again. They from Canada, right? So that's the main one I want to talk about. If you could master your body language alone, small talk will be a lot more easy for you. Number 2 is, I know I said this ain't really going to be structured, but I'm going to kind of free flow with it, but just bear with me. And number 2, you want to listen actively or practice active listening. Focus on what they're saying, not on what you want to say next. And I know this is extremely hard for introverts. We think a lot, so we don't want to say, we're careful with what we say. We are just very mindful about things we say. We don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing. I got you. That's in our nature to do that, right? If you have an introverted personality, that's just your nature to pace yourself and be careful. So the flip side of this is just listen. Let your responses come natural. You don't have to, then the flip side is this. When I first started practicing this, I'm like, what if they say something and I don't have a response? A response don't pop up in my head, a natural one. Then don't say nothing. Let it be silent, right? Because when people talking to you and it gets silent for a moment, people get uncomfortable, right? Awkward silence is what they call it. But silence is not awkward, right? What you do in the midst of that silence is what makes it awkward. If it's awkward and then if it's silent and then you start fidgeting and trying to force something, then it becomes awkward. But if it's just silent, just go back to whatever you was doing. You standing in line, somebody talking. Y'all having some small talk. They say something, you ain't got to respond. Just kind of, go your separate way. So that will help you in the sense of you listening to what they saying, right? You focus on that. You're not focused on, I need to say something. Because that's what makes the conversation a whole lot harder. It's just a small conversation. Relax. Be yourself. If you quiet and laid back, that's fine. Be you. I'm just not getting comfortable in that, y'all. I'm just not getting comfortable just being myself. I don't have to talk to people. You see other people and it inspire you. You see extroverted people out here talking to everybody in the store, in the restaurant. They all loud. They all, in the spotlight. And you just like, hey, I want to be like that one day. But you don't have to be, right? You can have the same aura when you do speak. You can have that. That's why she said you don't come across as an introvert. Because when I do get to speaking, it don't feel like I'm an introverted person. Introverted person, by nature, we speak with our head down, not looking at a person. We kind of like I say, arms crossed and closed off. But I started to fight against that. And you can too when the opportunity comes to you. You can start fighting it. Therefore, when you do communicate and have small talk, you get through it just like that. And the third thing, this is the last thing I'm going to share with y'all as far as tips go. They simple tips. You want to start asking open-ended questions. Questions that start with what, how, why. For example, if you see somebody in a store, you don't want to be like, hey, we're having a lovely day today, aren't we? They could just be like, yeah, we are. Conversation over, right? You could say something more like, so how are you enjoying this weather today? Boom. Now their mind opens up. They got to think about a response. They can't just say yes or no. This encourages them to open up to you more. And this encourages them to share more with you. Therefore, opening the conversation, therefore taking a lot of pressure off of you. Okay. And I meant to share this in my last video because when I first started doing this, it's funny. I used to do it so much. I started feeling bad because you would be surprised how powerful this little trick is, right? You'll be so surprised because when you ask it, it takes all the pressure off you. And on the flip side, people love talking about themselves. So it's a double whammy, right? It takes pressure off of you and it encourages them to share more about them. So now you literally don't got to say much in the conversation. Have a 2-3 minute conversation of them just talking and you listening and responding briefly. And they look at you like They just had the greatest conversation in the world. Y'all, it is crazy. I'm telling you. It was to a point, like I said, I had to stop doing it as much. Like I kind of still don't do it as much because I feel like it's kind of unfair to always put the pressure on them. So I might share stuff about me, right? I might open up myself a little bit to take a little pressure off of them because if you're talking to people and you constantly ask them questions, that can also exhaust them too. Because they like, this person never kept asking you questions. You're like, bro, this person keep asking me all these questions. I gotta create answers in my head. He ain't telling me nothing about him. Like, bro, get out my face, right? So that's what you want to do. These 3 simple tips I'm telling you will help you with small talk because it's nothing worse than just standing around fearing somebody's about to talk to you. I got it. You could be out. You feel me? You just sitting there, you see somebody, oh, I hope this person don't say nothing to me. Oh, this person is look like they about to come to me next and talk to me. No, don't talk to me. But the more you guard or prepare yourself and equip yourself with these little tricks and tips, you'll feel more prepared and you won't be as nervous. You just be like, whatever. They come to you, you talk, a little boom, boom, boom. And it's crazy because, like I said, I don't like small talk. So if you're watching this video, you somebody that probably struggle with small talk, obviously. So you want to just start practicing these things bit by bit. Also, watch other videos about small talk and how to handle it. Because it gives you a sense of power when it's small, but it gives you this big sense of power of like, when I'm out and I see random people, I don't always, it kind of turned down that social anxiety a bit. It turned that down more when you know you can handle these conversations. So get out there. I'm challenging you. If you're watching this video, I want you to go out and I want you ain't got to approach nobody, but I want somebody to say something to you and you use one of these tips and come back to this video, comment below how it worked for you. I would truly appreciate that. My name is Rasta White, here to help you unleash your inner hero. Hold on, how much time we got left? Because I don't know if I want to cut it this short. It's only been 12 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to cut it there. So, again, if y'all want me to do a video about how to approach people better and, make that a lot easier for you, comment below. Let me know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned for more of these podcasts. They'll be coming. I ain't going to say every week because I don't want to overcommit, but they will be coming very consistently, I should say. I'm Rasta. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time today, and I'll see you next week. We out.